Welcome to Enhancing Critical Thinking Using Generative AI in Higher Education, a course designed to challenge assumptions, sharpen your thinking, and redefine how we learn with AI.
This is Ro, a curious learner and deep thinker. And I'm Dr. Santos, a mentor and professor guiding learners like Ro through the world of AI-powered education. Sometimes AI gets facts completely wrong. That's called a hallucination, and it's easy to spot. But sometimes it gets the facts right and still ends up skewed.
Wait, so it's technically correct, but still kind of biased?
Exactly. That's the tricky thing about bias. AI isn't neutral. It learns from human-created data, books, blogs, articles, conversations. And that means it also mirrors human biases about gender, race, geography, worldview, you name it.
So even if it sounds objective, the way it frames something might still be slanted?
Yes, and that's why it's so important to recognize how bias shows up. Here are 3 common forms. Inclusion bias, who's included or left out. Descriptive bias, how are people or ideas described? Perspective bias, which viewpoints are centered and which are ignored. That's not neutrality, that's omission. It overlooks entire traditions of thought, African, Indigenous, Asian, just because they weren't centered in the training data. And then there's framing bias. Same traits, but the tone shifts based on gender.
Whoa, that's subtle, but I've definitely seen that before.
Most of us have, and most of us don't always catch it. That's why your critical lens matters. Next time you read something AI generated, ask, who's centered? Who's missing? What assumptions are hiding in the language? Also, check for tone. Does it present one side of an issue as clearly right without exploring alternatives? Or does it make sweeping generalizations like, people from X are always...
So even when it sounds neutral, it might still be unbalanced?
Exactly, and that's where you come in. When you spot bias, you have 3 powerful tools. Challenge the output. Try prompting. Can you include perspectives from non-Western thinkers? Ask for contrast. How would someone from a different background view this? Rewrite it. Adjust the language yourself to be more inclusive, nuanced, or fair.
So I can literally help widen the AI's lens?
Exactly. You can prompt for fairness and revise when needed. Remember those values we talked about previously?
Fairness, growth, and truthfulness.
Right. Use them as a checklist. If the AI output doesn't reflect them, that's your cue to pause and rethink. Ask, would someone from another identity group read this differently? Is the tone respectful across all groups? Am I copying this language or revising it to reflect my values?
Done. It sounds more balanced now, and it reflects what I want to say.
That's the goal. You're not just using AI, you're shaping it. And that makes you responsible for what you carry forward. Now it's your turn. Think of a time when an AI response felt off. What tipped you off? Did it leave someone out? Oversimplify? Lean too far in one direction?
I remember a time it listed leadership styles and only used male names. I noticed, but didn't change it. Next time, I'll add my own examples, and maybe even point it out to others.
That's growth. You're not just a reader now, you're a reframer. And in this new era of learning, that's real power.
Thanks for joining us on this journey. As you reflect on today's insights, remember, AI is only as powerful as the questions we ask of it. We'll see you in the next video.